Hello friends, here I am with my video on The Tempest, Act 1, Scene 1. The Tempest is a play written by great dramatist William Shakespeare. The main characters in this scene are Gonzalo, Antonio, Sebastian, Boatswain, his master and some other characters. The opening scene starts with a shipwreck. There is a storm in the sea and a royal ship is sailing on the sea. A storm with thunder, lightning. So, in this scene, master and boatswain. First of all, the two persons come on stage. Some master of the ship means the captain of the ship and boatswain. So, they both talk about this storm and master says that you go and call the mariners because we have to work at once just to control the ship. Otherwise, we all will run aground, means we all will go down into the bottom of the sea. We will be drowned. So, boatswain exit with the orders. Some mariners come with boatswain. Boatswain say that, okay, my hearts, I cheer you up. So, you please go and take in the topsail. Line number 6, take in the topsail. Means he just tells them to control the ship and tend to the master's whistle. Means you please pay attention to the signal which will be given to you by master. Blow till thou burst thy wind. Blow till thou burst thy wind means okay, you should keep on working till you have wind in your lungs. Overall, it means he means to say that you will give your best efforts. Just then, Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Ferdinand, Gonzalo, and some other men who were boarded on the ship entered there. Because these people also hear this noise and they were worried. What is happening? So Alonso at once say, good boatswain, have care. Where is the master? Play the men. So Alonso, the king, he says that boatswain, you please take care. Because the ship is just shaking. So where is your master? Tell them to play the role of a man, means you just show your workmanship. Boatswain say, I play now, keep below. But boatswain tells them better, you go below in your cabins. Antonio insists that where is your master, boatswain? Tell us, where is your master? Boatswain say, do you not hear him? You mar our labor. So boatswain does not understand the sense of this question. He say, why don't you listen to me? Why are you disturbing us? You are just disturbing or spoiling our labor. Better you keep in your cabins. If you behave in this manner and keep on disturbing, you will help the storm, not the crew members. Gonzalo, nay good, be patient. But Gonzalo thinks that he should not behave in this, he should not answer back so rudely. So therefore he says that you please have patience, you please behave patiently. Boatswain, when the sea is hence. He say, when the sea is in this stormy mood, is in so dangerous situation, how can you expect that I would think of showing respects? Hence means you go away from here. What cares these roarers for the name of king? Do you think that these roaring waves, these roaring currents of the ocean will be aware of the name of some king? Better you go back to your cabins and be silent. Please don't disturb us. Gonzalo, good. Yet remember whom thou hast brought. So Gonzalo says, okay, no problem. We are going back. But still, please be careful. Just think, always remember that the person who is boarded on this ship is not an ordinary person. So line number 20, boatswain say, none that I love more than myself. He replies very bluntly. He says, I don't care about anyone. I don't care anyone more than my own self. I love myself more than anyone else. So how should I care who is boarded on the ship? You are a counselor. You refers to Gonzalo here. So you think that you are a counselor? Okay. If you can command these elephants to silent and work the peace of the present, we will not hand a rope more. So better you use your authority, your counseling to make these roaring currents silent. Make this sea silent. If you successfully do it, so we will not have to struggle with our ropes. Better you use your authority positively. And if you cannot do so, so better you give thanks to God that you have lived such a long life. Make yourself ready, line number 25. Make yourself ready in your cabin for the mischance of the hour if it so happens. In case you are not able to control the sea waves, so you should be ready in your cabin. Just think that the last hour of your life has come in case if it happens. There are chances of some accident or some mishappening. Cheerly, good hearts out of our way. So I just wish you all cheer ups. So please get out of our way. Let us concentrate. So they all exit. Gonzalo, I have great comfort from this fellow. Methinks he has no drowning mark upon him. This speech of Gonzalo is a little important in this scene because Gonzalo has summed up some courage, some confidence from the attitude of this boatswain. Boatswain has just answered them in a very blunt and very bold manners. So Gonzalo thinks that this man does not have any sign of drowning, which means this man can never die by drowning into the sea because his complexion is perfect gallows, line 30. So complexion is perfect gallows means his attitude, his body language tells that he will die only by hanging, and hanging can be possible only on a piece of land. So till he is here with us, there is no chance of drowning. Okay, there is no chance of drowning of this ship. So better good fate to his hanging. Therefore he makes a wish to destiny that, O goddess destiny, you please stand fast on your decision to kill this man by hanging only. Make the rope of his destiny our cable, because the rope of his destiny will be our supporting system. So our own doth little advantage, because we have no chances of our destiny. Therefore we can be saved only by the destiny of this man if he dies by hanging, not by drowning. So in this way Gonzalo also exit from there. Now again boatswain re-enter. Boatswain now giving the orders or commands to mariners and other shipmen, down with the topmast here, lower, bring her. These all are kinds of commands. A plague upon this howling means inside the cabin. A cry within refers to the people inside the cabin are shouting. A plague upon this howling. They are louder than the weather or our office. So they are cursing that this howling should be silent. This howling or this crying of these people, the way they are shouting, that is louder than the weather, louder than the storm or the tempest which is disturbing us. So re-enter Sebastian, Antonio and Gonzalo. Sebastian, Antonio, Gonzalo, they could not keep back to the cabins. Again they come on the dock of the ship. So boatswain say, yet again, what do you hear? So boatswain, to see them, gets angry. He says, again you are here. What are you doing here? Shall we give over and drown? Have you mind to sing? So what do you want? Should we stop our working? If we stop our working, naturally we will die by drowning. So what is your opinion? Sebastian, a plague on your throat. You growling, blasphemous, etc. So Sebastian, Antonio here, they just scold them and abuse them. Plague, etc., bowling, blasphemous, incharitable dog. These kind of words are exchanged between the boatswain and Antonio Sebastian. So Gonzalo in line 46, I will warrant him for drowning, though the ship were no stronger than a nutshell. Gonzalo still insists and tries to convince Antonio, etc., that this man will not die by drowning. You don't worry. Okay? Even though the ship is less stronger than a nutshell, the ship may be so weak as a nutshell, but I guarantee you that this man will not die by drowning. So you need not worry. But boatswain, etc., so set her 2 courses off to sea again later. So he is busy with his work without paying attention to them. Just then mariners re-enter, and these mariners are all wet. It means the water of the sea has entered into the ship. So mariners just have lost all hopes and say that now we have to go for prayers only. Only God can save us. All hopes are lost. So boatswain says, what must our mouths be cold? Boatswain does not believe this. He says, what do you say? Shall we be cold? Means shall we die now? Gonzalo, the king and prince at prayers. Gonzalo see King Alonso and Prince Ferdinand. They both are praying and he thinks that now it's time for us to assist them. So we all should sit down in prayers because their case is also like us. They are also in the same situation. So Sebastian, I am out of patience, but Sebastian, as his character is, he does not have patience. He rather loses his patience. He is becoming very impatient here. Antonio also says that we are cheated of our lives by these drunkards. Antonio blames, line number 55. So he blames only the boatswain and the master of the ship, the mariners, just for their bad luck. He thinks that they were drunkard people and they could not work properly. So he just abuses them and he even makes them this white-chapped rascal. White-chapped rascal means he insults the boatswain, saying that this man who speaks so much but does not do anything, he must die by drowning. And he must die, even his dead body should be you can say thrown upside and down by the ebbs and tides of the sea. 10 times it should be thrown upside down. So in a way, Antonio has too much anger or too much rage against the crew members. Gonzalo says he will be hanged yet. But Gonzalo again answered back to Antonio that I still say this man will not die by drowning, he will be hanged only. Though every drop of water swear against it. He says, I know that right now every single drop of water is swearing against my statement because the sea is stormy and the waves are rising so high. So there are maximum chances of dying by drowning. But still I believe that this man will not die by drowning. A confused noise within mercy on us. So when they were talking this, so inside the cabin, other members, other people who were inside the cabins, they started to shout. We split means now ship is now getting broken into pieces and the people sitting in the cabins were falling down into the sea. So before their last moment, they were remembering their wives, children, etc., etc. So last speech of Gonzalo, line 66. Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown furze, anything. Gonzalo also makes a last wish because they all are about to drown. Therefore he says that I wish now that I can get a furlong of sea. Okay, I can give this miles of sea just to get back a small piece of land, though this piece of land may be full of thorny bushes or it may be barren ground, but still I wish to have a piece of land where we can land safely. The wills above be done, but I would fain die a dry death. The wills above be done means I know that only the God's will work. What He has destined for us will happen, but still I would love to die on a dry piece of land. So this way, the first scene, this is the opening scene of this play, which speaks about the tempest. The tempest, the title of the play is The Tempest, which means the very first scene gives the indication that the play is having some kind of tempest. This tempest is not only the tempest in the sea, but in the life of other characters, which we will read in next scenes. Now coming to scene 2. In this scene 2, we will meet two main characters of the play, Miranda and Prospero. The scene opens in an island in front of Prospero's cell. Prospero, let me tell you, is the Duke of Milan. He was the real Duke of Milan, but right now he is living in an island with his daughter Miranda. Their story in this scene, you will come to know how have they reached on this island. So Miranda starts to speak. My dear father, please, when you can use your art to raise these wild waters or to raise this tempest in the sea, so I request you to allay them. means to make it silent. You subside this storm. The sky, it seems, pour down stinking pitch. Third line. She says that not only in the sea, but from the sky also, some kind of black tar or some kind of, you can say, fire is coming down. So please, the currents of the sea, the waves of the sea are rising so high as if mounting to the Valkyrie's cheek. Means as if they want to touch the sky, as if they want to kiss the sky. Please make it subside. This is very horrible tempest. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. This line tells about the character, about the nature of Miranda. In line 5 she says, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. Means I saw many people suffering in this storm. So their suffering has moved my heart also. I could also feel their pain. A brave vessel who had no doubt some noble creatures in her dashed all to pieces. She says that I saw a brave, a royal ship in which many noble creatures were boarded. I saw all of them drowning into the sea and the ship breaking into pieces. The cry did knock against my very heart. So they all were crying with pain, for help. They were crying in pain, shouting in pain. So their cries, their shoutings have moved my heart deeply. Poor souls, they perished. Poor souls means she thinks that they were in a very pitiable condition and they all have perished, means they all have lost their lives. Had I been any god of power, last line number 10, had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth. So she says in these 4 lines that if I had some divine power in me, as you have, so I would surely dry up this sea, or I would make this sea sunk deep into the earth before it could swallow that great ship, and it could swallow that souls. Souls means those people, those passengers who were sailing in that ship. So I could never, if I had some divine power, I would never allow this sea to swallow up this royal ship along with its passengers. In this way, we can see that Miranda is very much upset to see the sea storm and the perishing of that sea. But Prospero tells. Prospero is father of Miranda. So Prospero tells his daughter, be collected. Be collected means please don't lose your patience. You just be calm and cool. No more amazement. There are no more amazement means no more, nothing alarming is going to happen anymore now. So tell your piteous heart there is no harm done. And let me make you assured that there is no harm done in this tempest. Nothing wrong has happened. Oh, woe the day. Prospero again convinces no harm. No harm means I have not done any harm to anybody. I have done nothing but in care of thee, my dear one. Line number 20. In this speech, Prospero says, my dear daughter, I have not done anything wrong in this way. Whatever I have done, it is just done for you. Who are ignorant of what thou art. Means you are not knowing. You do not know who you are. You are not aware of your worth. You are not aware of your real self. Not knowing of whence I am. Even you do not know from where I have come here. You do not know that I am much better than my present self. I am not this Prospero whom you know. I am a bigger man. I am a better person than this. I am not only the master of this poor cell in which we are living. Rather, your father is a greater person. So you do not know anything about you and me. Therefore, whatever I have done, it is done with a purpose. Miranda, more to know, did never meddle with my thoughts. Miranda says, okay, I may be having something more to know, but still my thoughts about the storm and the pain and suffering of these people, they will never alter. They will never change. I will still request you to subside this tempest. Prospero, it's time I should inform thee further. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. So Prospero thinks that now it's time, the time has come when I should tell Miranda about my real story. And therefore he says that you just give me your hand, help me to take off my magic garment so that I can sit with you and tell you the story. So lie there, my art. Keeping down his magic robe, he say, my art, lie there. He personifies his gown here, my art, saying it my art. Matlab, it means that gown which he was wearing, that magic gown, has some very special powers. That's why Prospero is so powerful that he could raise that tempest into the sea. So he just keeps his art aside. Wipe thou thine eyes, have comfort. And like a father, he starts to console his daughter by telling further story. The direful spectacle of the wreck which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee. Line number 32. He says, okay, whatever you have just seen, the direful means this horrible, this painful scene, vision, whatever you have just witnessed, so it has created the feeling of pity, mercy in you. But using my art, I have safely planned all this tempest. This scene was planned and properly organized, taking all measures and security measures by me. There is no soul, not so much Peridian as an hair beaten to any creature in the vessel. He assures her that no soul, even a single hair of anybody boarded on the ship, has been lost in this storm. So nothing to worry for you. You saw the ship sinking down, people crying down, but let me tell you, nobody has been damaged in this. You please sit down because I want to tell you something more. So Miranda says, you have often begun to tell me, line number 40, that many times you started to tell me the story about my own self, who I am and all. But every time you stopped. You did not tell me the complete story. So every time you were saying कि stay, not yet. हर बार मतलब तुम मुझे कह देते थे कि it is not to be told to you right now. You have to wait. So Prospero says the hour now has come. But Prospero thinks that the right time has come. Now the right time has come when I should tell you the story. And he says that obey and be attentive. Line number 45. That you please be attentive, pay attention, listen to me carefully, and whatever I tell you, you will obey me. So he just tells her to go back into past. He says, canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? Can you remember some time long years ago before coming into this cell? Before we came this place, can you remember the time before that? I do not think thou canst, for thou then was not out 3 years old. He says, I think that if you make some efforts, you will be able to remember that time, because at that time you were 3 years old. Miranda says, certainly sir, I can. Miranda just tries to recollect, and she just gets the glimpses of her past life. So she says that yes sir, I can remember the time. So we stop here up to line 50 we have done. In next video we will do from line 50 act 1 scene 2. We will continue with act 1 scene 2 line 50 in our next video. Thank you. You please read the text with the help of this explanation. It will help you, I hope so. Thank you all.